You have to feel a little sorry for Blue Beetle. After all, it is the last-born child, in original film terms, of a now-defunct cinematic universe that's currently undergoing reinvention by James Gunn and Peter Safran. As such, there is a certain air of it playing to a crowd that may already have left the building. Although, that said, perhaps there's no need to be too concerned for this new kid on the blockbuster. Firstly, aside from a few passing references to Superman and Batman, the film feels sufficiently and blissfully unassociated with the specific events and adventures of the DCEU, unlike them. Previous plot entangled the Flash, and so stands on its own 6 legs. Secondly, despite being almost eye-rollingly formulaic at points, it has plenty of charm and wit. And, as everyone knows, having a great personality goes a long way. Let's deal with the formulaic bit first. Blue Beetle is an origin story through and through. It involves a bright Mexican-American kid named James Rise, who, shortly after reuniting with his amiable folks in the fictional Palmyra City, has great power thrust upon him in the form of a flesh-burrowing bug that excretes a symbiotic alien AI supersuit. Think Venom meets Iron Man and Sonic the Hedgehog Blue, complete with a F-R-I-D-Y, like voice in the head provided by singer Becky G. After some rather overplayed scenes in which James gets to grips with his incredible new powers flight, invulnerability, turning his hands into any weapon he can think of he comes into conflict with. Evil corporate boss Victoria Cord. She says, "Evil boss," things like, "Carapax, ready the claw," and wants the tech to make loads of baddie versions of our nascent superhero. In fact, she already has one in the form of the aforementioned Carapax, a cyborg hench dude who favors Sith Red in contrast to Rey's Jedi Blue, a handy chromatic distinction during the noisy, climactic clashes, where big money pixels predictably collide in a visually unstimulating way. In broad story and action terms, there really isn't much here that feels fresh. Just the kind of microwave reheated superfare that will do fine if your taste buds are that way inclined. But Blue Beetle makes one smart decision that saves its shiny cerulean ass. It brings James' family along for the ride. And we mean actual same DNA family, not just a bunch of crooks and former enemies that you invite to a barbecue every weekend. Usually in these heroes' journeys, families exist to be left behind, victimized or avenged, while the chosen son or daughter hogs the spotlight. But, without wanting to give too much away, Blue Beetle is a title that can be claimed by the Rise clan as a whole, rather than just James himself in a very direct and active way. There is some victimizing and avenging going on, but James' parents, sister, Nana, and most entertainingly George Lopez as his ultra-mulleted authority-mistrusting Uncle Rudy, stand alongside him throughout. For the most part, they provide sidekick comedy relief. Nana, played by Adriana Barraza, revealing her revolutionary past and toting a kind of disco-powered minigun, is a treat, and complimented James' moralistic rigidity with some cheeky shading. Most significantly, they also give the film its thoroughly uncynical soul. The performances of Lopez, Belissa Escobedo, as slacker younger sis Milagro, and co are so warm and appealing, they somehow resist the fatal tang of cheesiness. Though one heart-to-heart too many between James and his blue-collar sage of a dad does come close. The persistent prominence of the Rise clan also helps showcase another admirably distinctive thing about Blue Beetle. Not only is this cinema's first Hispanic American-led superhero, but the film has an almost entirely Hispanic American cast, making culturally specific references amid dialogue delivered in Spanglish, all of which contributes to a cinematic personality that might even be strong enough to earn the film a sequel in DC's Brave New Universe. That's it, guys. See you next time.